Hello, YouTube. Hello, hello. All right, so if you are in my support group, then we are live here in Facebook. And for everybody else, we're live here on YouTube. So, hello, 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 hello. So, if you see me looking both places, that would be why, because I haven't yet figured out a good way to line everything up. So, we'll work on that. We'll work on that, right? Today though, it is Tuesday. Hello. It's the 18th of the month, so we are a little bit past that halfway point. Hey Nora, a little bit past that halfway point, and that's really, really nice because hopefully we have a little bit of a grip on our business right now. So we kind of know a little bit as to how our month is going, right? You have an idea of if you're getting close to your goal, if you're halfway through your goal. Yay! Casey's going to be reinstating. That's fantastic. Awesome. Um, so it kind of gives you a great idea of where you are, what you still need to do, hopefully. So I'm kind of on the back stretch of my personal PRV goal. So getting to that. So that's what I'm really working on. And then I kind of shift focus as a director with a team. I need to be able to shift my focus, right? To then focus on my team and what's going on there, who's up for cancellation, who maybe needs some help. Hey, Miss Lisa. Hello, new certified consultant. And maybe what needs to be done. But that's kind of how my month looks. So here we are, like I said, a little bit past the halfway point. And that's just kind of how my focus shifts. So in talking about tips or tricks or hacks to being a Scentsy consultant, I really think that honestly, it all comes down to really being invested in your business, okay? Being invested. And I'm not talking money. I'm not talking about money investment, okay? So don't get it twisted. Hey, Todd, don't get it twisted. We're really talking about just being invested as yourself, right? As a business owner, as an independent consultant, as I am committed to working this business. So, what are some tips that you can work on or use when you are actually working your business? Well, that's what we're going to get into. All right, I'm going to share with you guys my number one super duper 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 tip that really helps me as a consultant every single catalog season. You ready for it? This is huge, like huge. Like, oh my gosh, this is like amazing. Ready? It's the product training guide. Spoiler alert for the support group. You guys know I went live the other night. I don't even know what day of the week it is now. Went live the other night and very quickly just did a behind the scenes. So for you on YouTube, went behind the scenes and just showed them how I was working my business. And one of the things I talked about, because I was scheduling some marketing posts, was that the product training guide is totally like my BFF every single time we have a new catalog. And it's honestly one of like the biggest hidden gems when it comes to, hey Tammy, when it comes to working your business. It really is. My daughter's so sweet. So we all know that we are in the new catalog season. If you don't know, now you know. So we're in this new catalog season, spring, summer. Boom. It's flipping amazing. Some of my favorite new things, obviously, is the new deluxe diffuser. I cannot take my eyes off of it. It's in my living room. It's going all the time now. And I've had the other diffusers, the premium diffusers. Yes, of course, Casey. Yes, that's why I'm here on YouTube. So sharing the love, right? It's what we do, sharing the love. So usually sometimes I'll record on my team and then I will upload to YouTube later. So I'm kind of cutting out the middleman with the upload. So we're just going live. So being a consultant, obviously the catalog is like numero uno when it comes to what do I need to have. even somebody who's just restarting, right? And we have a lot of people, yay Todd, we have a lot of people who restart, rejoin, right? Maybe they've gone away for whatever reason and now they're coming back and they don't get the opportunity to buy a new starter kit. Currently, Scentsy does offer a reinstatement kit for the first, I think it's only available during the first 30 days that you reinstate, or just until the end of the month that you reinstate. Excellent, Tammy. That's fantastic. Thank you. And so for those consultants, yes, they can still purchase. And basically what that is like the host join kit, if you guys are familiar with that. Hello from Virginia. Whoop, whoop. Hello, Samantha. Thank you for joining. And so they are getting like a pared down version of the starter kit. So it's not the full thing, it's a partial thing, but it's still everything they need, right? But for some consultants, when they're restarting, you know, you can rejoin Scentsy for free, right? Hopefully we all know this and we're communicating that. You can rejoin for free. Once you've been a consultant, you can always rejoin for free. At least until Scentsy says no. But I don't think they're ever going to turn that off. So that is really, really nice. So for somebody who is just starting back or rejoining, one of the things that they definitely need to have, even though, hey Crystal, even though maybe they cannot get the reinstatement kit, right? Or order a bunch of business supplies right off the bat because they're just restarting their business. Maybe they don't have the funds to spend. Numero uno, grab yourself at least one catalog and grab yourself, spend $2 and get the Scentsy product training guide that goes with the catalog. And I'm going to tell you why. This is why it's the huge tip of like the catalog season. And it's simply because, right, I want you all, hopefully you all are looking at your catalog, right? You're looking, hopefully. Yes, nod your heads, please. Yes. But so we can learn a lot just by reading the catalog, okay? We can learn a lot. There's a lot of like hidden info in just the descriptions and the bottoms, right? All over the place. So read your catalogs. But this product training guide, this is like gold. Because what this does is this not only gives you the details about the products, especially the new ones, but it gives you sales tips along the way. So for example, when I was talking to the team about earlier this week, was the deluxe diffuser, right? This thing is flipping awesome. Like I said, I've had the premium diffusers. I've had them. I still have one of them out in the living room. Yes, don't judge me. With my other diffuser, my other warmers. But even though I've had it, I found that I really wasn't using my diffuser as much, right? Like I'm a wax and warmers gal. Like that's how I started. That's where my passion is. That's what I love, right? So it took me a while just to get interested in the oils when we first came out with diffusers. And so when I got my first diffuser, I still kind of was slow to get into it. Now it's just more for ambiance. But when this one came out, I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to try it. Because that was my big thing with the premium diffuser, is that it is, and you can see it here, right? It's, the reservoir is a little bit more narrow, a little smaller, and so it doesn't hold as much. So it really runs out fairly quickly, right? It says like 4 hours on high, I think 8 hours on the low setting. But I was finding that mine was always running out, and I was always having to remind myself, oh gosh, I need to put more stuff in that, right? I could never like really get on board with it. But this baby holds technically 450 milliliters. That's what it tells us. That's what we know. But I will tell you from real life, I fill this thing up and it is still going. It goes like the little Energizer bunny. And the best thing about this is the price point. Hello, it's only $65 compared to the $140 or the $150 that we're looking at for the premium diffuser. So if you have customers who have been oil fans or are oil fans, then they are going to want to know about this product, because trust me, it's a game changer when it comes to oil diffusers. Plus, I love the design. I don't know about y'all. I mean, I love our shades. They're beautiful. Do not get me wrong. I love them, right? I love, love, love them. They're beautiful pieces. I love looking at them. But honestly, this thing goes in any decor. It totally does. So this is why this is the number one tip, because it gives you sales tips on every single item, right? So for example, as I was telling the team, hey Brianna, as I was telling the team earlier this week when I went live, because I was just working my business, is that I was letting them know that that's what I was doing. I was scheduling posts, Marielle, scheduling posts and setting those up on Facebook so they would automatically go out, right? Well, one of the things that we all like to do is we all like our posts to be, you know, eye-catching or have the good info, right? Hey, Robin, have all the good info. We want all that stuff there because we want our customers to know, and especially when we're talking about these new products. We're talking about these new products that are coming out, right? Maybe you may have one, maybe you don't have one yet, whatever, you just heard it. Marielle made it. Yes, you did, my dear. I even went live just a little bit early, so you're fine. Hey, Jessica. So there are some things that if you haven't actually got it in your hand yet that you may not know. So the sales tips are great. Like for example, the mini fan diffuser. Let's just talk about that for just a hot minute because hello, for $15, where can we go wrong? Where can anybody go wrong with this thing, right? So it's absolutely, pointing to the wrong spot. There we are, huh? Yep, it's backwards for me. The wall fan diffuser, or not the wall fan, sorry. The mini diffuser. There it is up here. Jeez. Get with it, Jacqui. The mini fan diffuser. So it gives us the features and benefits, right? It's easy to travel with. It's home and travel friendly. Immediate fragrance, right? Because it uses the pods, which we love. Hopefully you do too. And it uses a USB port just like our Scentsy Go does. So basically, I don't know if it's exactly the same cord or not, but it probably is because it's just a USB cord, whatever. Anyway, USB, but it's got the, you know, the port, the other end. But it gives us our sales tips, right? Recommend to customers looking for a compact fragrance delivery method, right? Hello from the UK, Dorothy. So glad that you're here. Perfect for travelers, students, anyone on the go. Think about somebody who would like a fragrance getaway or who enjoys filling their space with fragrance, those who work in a cubicle. Hello, I was a cubicle lifer. Or at a hair salon or a nail salon. So it really gives you some great tips. So if you want to make a post, whether you are using attraction marketing, hey Nikki, whether you're using attraction marketing or you're just using flyers, which you know that Jacqui is huge on attraction marketing. In fact, I'll be presenting at the Omaha Scentsy World Tour on March 14th on step up your hashtag Scentsy Life, right? And what I'll be talking about, what I'll be presenting about, and if you're not seeing me at your location, then you're going to see somebody else on this topic, but they're specifically going to talk about, hey Heather, they're specifically going to talk about using attraction marketing and truly the benefit of using it that way. So I won't go into a whole thread about that, but I will say that attraction marketing is my love child. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And it is the best form, I believe, of marketing. But even if you're using just a straight flyer that either you find from the flyer groups or you're creating on your own, maybe because you don't have one yet, what have you, right? You still want to be able to get those tips in about it. So that's why the product training guide is so awesome. And so it gives you those sales tips for everything along the way. So this is number one. Like I said, spend the $2, you guys. Spend the $2. Get this baby. Get this baby in your next order. Just do it. Just do it because it's going to go along with the catalog for the entire catalog season. So that's my number one tip, hack, whatever. Can we loan it to our hairstyles? Yes, you can, Tammy. Amazing suggestion. Amazing. Yes, most certainly you can. You are your own boss. Okay, you are your own boss. You are your own boss. I am my own boss, right? So we can make those decisions. You can do the same thing with a warmer and wax, but that's the cool thing, right? With the mini fan diffuser, with the Scentsy Go, and especially with the mini wall fan diffuser, these guys can go literally anywhere. And the cool part is you don't have to worry about the bulbs, right? Because as long as they've got the USB cable, they can plug it in, except for the fan diffuser, right? The wall fan. That, of course. That one, of course, we just, we plug it in. But it's no mess. no mess. Look, I can throw this thing all over the room. Nothing's gonna break, right? This is not a glass warmer. Hello? The kids can play with this. In fact, if you look a little close here, show YouTube. See, do you see those little marks right there? Do you guys see these little marks here? Kind of? Yeah, that's Hero. Hero got a hold of this one day when I was changing the pods. It survived Hero. But yes, you most certainly could, and that is a fantastic idea. And all you would have to do is just maybe give them either the mini, or if you've got the Go, whatever it is that you're wanting to give them, give it to them, give them some pods, and it doesn't even have to be the same pod. Think about that, right? Especially with the mini diffuser, okay? The mini diffuser only takes one at a time. So maybe you want to give them 2 scents to try, 2 of your favorites. So you can see here in my, I guess you can't because it's, well, they can kind of. In my wall fan diffuser, I have Sunkissed Citrus. I mean, for real. And then in the Scentsy Go, I've been warming my Winterberry Apple Tea, which this is truly Jacqui's favorite scent. I don't care that it's summer and winter, or summer and spring. Summer and winter. That's how I work it here in Kansas City. We have all 4 seasons all in the same week. But that is my favorite. But maybe these are my both favorites, which they are, right? And maybe I want to give it to my salon, my stylist, right? To, hey, would you mind putting this out and using it at your station? Let me know what you think about it. And then, of course, what's going to happen when their clients come in and sit down and they're getting their hair styled or getting the nails done or getting a wax, whatever it is that they're having done, right? They're going to look at it. They're going to smell it. They're going to be like, oh my gosh, it doesn't smell like chemicals right now. That smells really great. What is that thing? That's when you can make sure that if you're going to do that, at least have some of your business cards next to it, or maybe business cards and a catalog or some product lists, right? That is not out of compliance to do it that way. You just can't have stock to be sold at her little nail salon or hair salon at the little bar where they have everything set up, right? That's where you get out of compliance. That's where it's like a retail establishment. Get my drift? Okay. But you can totally do this, set it up again with your information. And then that way when their clients are coming in, it's going to help you reach more people. It truly, truly is. And if you're going to do that, I'll give you a really good tip, trick, hack right now, right here and now. Ready for it? Get those pens out. Ready? When you set up for whatever it is, whatever you're going to give somebody to set up somewhere for you, have something, whether it's your business card, whether it's something that you print out on a sticker or on a piece of paper, or you go to Kinko's or wherever and have it printed, create a QR code. Tricky, right? Tricky. QR codes, if you're not familiar with what a QR code is, I wish I had something right now that had it on it, but I don't. The QR code is literally, hello from New Zealand. Hello, welcome. And so it's that little like square swirly gig barcode, right? You can use samples in too. Yes, you most certainly can. Yes, you can, ma'am. And so that way, all they have to do is, most phones now, if it's just put onto the camera, all you have to do is pull up your camera on your phone, ba-boom, pull up your camera on your phone, and you hold it over the QR code. It will automatically read it. And then all they have to do is tap it, and it will automatically take them to wherever that QR code is set up for, which in your instance will be your Scentsy website. So that way it's a very easy way, kind of like a click way of being able to share that information and get people drawing to your website. Yeah, it's fantastic. So being able to do that is truly an amazing way to get the word out and to really spread the word and to make it easy for people who are seeing your products out there in the world, in the wild, a really great way for them to be able to come back and quickly shop and get what they want, right? And as soon as they shop, what happens, right? They're now in your workstation as a customer, which means now it's going to travel over into your Amy app. Hopefully you're using that for follow-up, and then you can go there very easily and you can follow up with that person. Thank you so much for your order. How did you find out about me? That's usually what I ask somebody if I don't know who they are and they've ordered through my website. When I ask them, excuse me, when I follow up with them after their purchase. So when I do that, that's usually how I can find out, hey, how did you find out about me? Some people will find out about me from YouTube, or hey, I saw it on Instagram, or somebody shared this, or sometimes it's been, because I used to have it up in the nail salon for a while. I had a warmer set up, and every month I would go in and I would take 1 bar of the scent of the month and I would just give it to them and say, here, would you just warm this? And I had some business cards and I had product lists set out. Or showcase, I think it was actually showcase brochures, because they're on the table. I used to keep magazines. They no longer do that anymore, so I took it back. Anyway, actually, I think I let him keep the warmer because it was an older warmer. Yeah. So, but that was a really great way for me to do that. So if you have a way to do that, that's awesome. But to be able to make it easier for people to see your information, of course, make sure that it's either labeled. So sorry. It's either labeled, or you've got a really great way for them to get in touch with you right away. Hence the QR code. And if you want to know how to make a QR code, you can use the Google machine. Go on Google. How do I make a QR code? Q, the letter Q, the letter R, QR code. Okay. And then it will take you to a website generator. All you have to do is type in the address that you want it to go to, AKA your Scentsy website, I would assume, unless you want them going to your fan page or whatever, your social shop, if you use the Amy social shop, if you want them to shop that way. I just like to draw everybody to my website, because then I know they're getting everything, right? My contact information is there, whole 9 yards. So that's where I usually send people. So you can set it up to go to your specific Scentsy website. They will get the information. Boom. Like I said, now they're in your world. They're in your circle of life. I'm going to do a lot of Disney references here. But like I said, you can put 2 different pods in a thing and let them use those, right? Mix it up a little bit and let them have some fun. Why not? Okay, so really great suggestion, Tammy, or question, I guess, question/suggestion on setting those up. So that's an amazing tip. What a great tip. Thank you for helping with that. So number 1 tip for me was the product training guide. Number 2, use the QR code. Use the QR code. And if you've seen, there's some consultants who are starting to use them on their actual labels now, which I think is absolutely a fantastic way to do it. Like I said, for the majority of us who do a lot of online shopping, Amazon is my BFF. Can I just say that? Amazon is my BFF. And I do shop a lot on Instagram. Yes, the QR code. Totally do it. Trust me. You're going to get people from it. But shopping just from Instagram, I do a lot of shopping off of Instagram. And it's so easy to be able to do the click and tap to get to where you want to go, right? So the whole point is to make it easy for those customers. So those little shortcuts, the QR code, make sure also, let me talk about this tip for just a hot second. Let's talk about Instagram for a hot second, because that's where Jacqui loves, is Instagram. That is my world. That is my jam. That is what I love. So Instagram, in your bio, and if you're not on Instagram, create an Instagram. Please do, because just let me tell you, it's a really great way to market this product. Totally is. And to get looked at by a whole new set of eyes that maybe you have not had looking at your stuff before. And you're going to do that with attraction marketing. Attraction marketing is sharing what you're doing, right? Real life stuff. So that's really what it all comes down to. When you create an Instagram, if you don't have one yet, create it and make it into a business. Do a business account, because that way you're going to be able to see analytics, and it also gives you the option to actually put a link in your bio, and the link in your bio is clickable. That's right, it's clickable. What did I say? Make it easy for customers, right? The easier it is for a customer to get to you, to see you, to get to your website, the easier it is for them to order or to join your team or to be invested and start following you. They're going to like you. They're going to know you. They're going to trust you. You guys know the drill now, right? So that's what's really going to get them to you. But a lot of people will use this. Good. Tammy's going to, yes, Tammy. Yes, here it is. So a lot of people use this and will just put their website up there, and that's fine too. You can totally do that, right? I kind of look at this as a really great marketing opportunity because why? A couple of reasons. With my Instagram, a lot of it has to do with Scentsy, but a lot of it has to do with just my life. It's just me as a whole, right? The whole thing with attraction marketing is getting people who are going to follow you or look at your things because they're going to be interested in the things that you do. And the more that you can share and be authentic about who you are, what you like to do, even outside of Scentsy, you're going to be able to really increase your circle of life. Okay. And so increasing that circle of life is really what it's all about in direct sales. We want the biggest circle of life we can get. The more people that we're able to have looking at our things is what we want, right? Right. Yes. Nod your heads. Nod your heads. Yes, it is. Because we're going to reach people that we don't even know. Because maybe somebody on here is going to share it, or somebody's going to be like, oh my gosh, you need to look at what just came out with, I didn't even know Scentsy had this. They're going to be like, hey, what is Scentsy? Hello. They're going to all of a sudden come into the circle of life. So having that there really is an asset. So utilize this clickable link. Utilize it. Even if it's just your website. I'm going to show you what I am currently using. Mine looks, and if you go to my Instagram, which is just at the Jacqui Duran. Yeah, at the Jacqui Duran. Awesome. Yes. Tammy made it as a business. So that gives you the opportunity to do that and look at analytics. So with this link, what I used for mine is an app called Milkshake. I know, it sounds funny, but the way that I remember it is, my milkshake brings other boys to the yard, right? My milkshake brings all the customers to my yard. Yes, it does. It's bringing them into my circle of life. So, go back. What did I do? Maybe I can't do it from there. Maybe I need to, oops. Maybe I just need to learn how to click my phone. Maybe that's what I need to do. Okay. So you can download the app Milkshake. So go to the App Store or the Google Play Store and look for Milkshake. Okay. It's free. Free. I like free. So you can go in here and you can create an actual profile. And what I like to do is I have actually put in, edit, all of my different links. So I have it set up to where it's a direct link to this month's whiff box, because this month's whiff box is flipping amazing for lots of reasons. We've talked about that. Shop my exclusive Scentsy website, my YouTube, my Pinterest. Join my tribe. That one takes them directly to my join page on my Scentsy website. My VIP club. Yes, Milkshake. Yep, you got it. Directly to my VIP club on Facebook, where I share a lot of stuff like that comes out, right? And so again, it's making it really, really easy for them to just go in here and click the link and be taken directly to where they want to go. So that's how I'm able to use Instagram and use that clickable link in the bio to, again, really kind of invite them into my world. Welcome to my world of Jacqui, right? Here's all the things. And so with attraction marketing, that's really big, because when we are using attraction marketing, we're really getting people to like us, to know us, to trust us. And the way that they're going to do that is because we're being authentic and we're sharing a piece of ourselves, right? It's the, oh my gosh, I've had a crazy day with the kids life, right? Or, you're not going to believe this, my tire blew, blah, 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 right? Everybody has those things. And so what we need to be able to do is to get people to really know that they can trust us. So sharing the things that you like to do, sharing the things that you're passionate about in life. And maybe it's your hobbies, maybe it's Scentsy, and a lot of it is Scentsy in my Instagram. If you guys look at that, right? A lot of it is Scentsy, but also a lot of it is my life. And so they start to get into my circle of life that way. And that's really what attraction marketing is all about. So Instagram is totally another way to be able to grab those customers, because let me just say this, be completely blunt here. I am not a Facebook fan. I know it sounds crazy, right? Because I'm in direct sales. I should totally be living for Facebook. I'm not living for Facebook. Let me tell you how many people I get who are coming to me or my business from Facebook only. Not very many. Not very many. And honestly, Facebook just becomes very like a downer. It's a time suck, right? Like, oh my gosh, how many times have we all just been a victim of the scroll? You just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. And before you know it, it's been like 45 minutes. You're like, where did the whole afternoon go? Like, just scrolling from Facebook, right? So you get sucked in. So what I really like to do is really manage my time in Facebook, right? I'm going to get in there. I'm going to be present in my group. I'm going to be present in my VIP group on my business page. And then I get in and I get out. And also I like to be able to schedule those posts so I don't have to be in there as often, right? Because for me, my business is my focus. So I am really trying to laser focus my business. And to be able to laser focus my business, we talked about this last week. We need to cut out the noise. Cut out the noise. And a lot of that noise comes from Facebook because it's political, it's negative, it's complaining, it's all the things that we don't have time for in our life when we are running a business. I mean, let's just be honest. And so for Instagram, you can really get away from a lot of that and still capture a huge audience from that. And let me tell you, there's a lot of people who are either not on Facebook or not using Facebook as much anymore, right? Because of all the political stuff, the hacking from the ads, or all the things, right? There's a lot of reasons that people are really shying away from Facebook. So ask yourself this question: what would you do if Facebook went away tomorrow? What would you do? Where would your business be? So are you on another platform somewhere that you can still communicate with people? I hope so. And Instagram should definitely be one of them. A third tip that I'm going to share with you is Pinterest. Oh my goodness. Can we just talk about Pinterest? Pinterest, people will spend hours on Pinterest. Guilty. Guilty. And now that can be more of a productive scroll, but it can still be a time suck. So again, I do really watch my time, or I only save time to look at Pinterest for when I truly have time to look at Pinterest, right? Or if I've got time, whatever, while we're out and about running errands or something. Scheduling your posts, yes. Schedule your posts. It is going to save you a ton of time. I make sure to do that because it does save me a ton of time, because I don't want to spend my days on social media all day long. I really don't. As much as I love my social media, I don't want to live there all week long. I don't want my day consumed with that, right? Because there's other things that I need to be doing in my business. I need to be looking at Amy and doing my follow-ups. That is good, productive work right there, people. But to be able to also reach out into the world of social media and build that circle of life, I need to have social media. So I have to do it if I want my business to grow that way. If yours is growing from home parties or events, then awesome. Run with that and stick with it. And then if you need to, come back to the social media aspect. So by all means, I'm not saying this is the only way to do it, but this is just honestly what has worked for me, because I don't do a whole lot of events and I don't do a lot of home parties. So the majority of my business, almost all of my business, comes directly from social media and all of these avenues. So it's possible to do it. I'm living proof to show you doing events. It is possible. Now, are you going to grow your circle of life by doing those too? Heck yes. Hey, Jess, how are you? And so it's really great to be able to have those avenues. So you have to expand. You have to just look and see what else could I be trying to do. Pinterest is another really great way to do that because there's so many eyeballs looking at Pinterest every single day from all walks of life. Okay? Okay. We're talking about people who are crafters, who are home decor, who are cooks, who are looking for recipes, who are looking for DIY tips on creating a Halloween costume for the kids, right? Or how do I decorate my living room, right? They're looking at everything. And that's a really great way to be able to capture that audience. So I'm pulling up my Pinterest right now and I'm going to tell you. Wait, I have not. I'm going to look at that though. I'm going to look at that, Tammy. Thank you. So I'm going to look at this real quick. My impressions, and again, I have it set up as a business profile on Pinterest. So this is why I'm able to get the analytics. So on Pinterest and on Instagram, I highly suggest going the business route. Okay. I highly suggest doing that on the Facebook route as well, simply because if you guys have ever been put into Facebook jail, then you know why. It's because you're sharing your link from a personal page. And Facebook says, no, no, no. Not going to happen here. That is not what this is about. We are not here to sell things. If you want to sell things, create a business profile. And that's what they do. So for everybody who says that they're having issues with Facebook, either putting them in Facebook jail or it's not displaying your links, that means that somehow or another you've been flagged by Facebook, by whatever algorithm they're running. So you need to be using a business page, like a fan page. You could use Marketplace. You could also create, like what I do for my VIP group is I actually create a private group, right? And in there I can post links all day long. Nothing's ever going to happen to me. The same thing on the business page. I can post links on there all day long. It's not going to happen for me. Nothing's going to go wrong there because Facebook says, hey, that's what we made this for, to do it there. Okay. So really my personal Facebook doesn't have a whole lot of Scentsy on it. It does say that I am a consultant and it gives that info. However, that's not what my personal Facebook is, right? It's not directly for selling. I may share some things on there from time to time, but that's not what it is about. So on my Pinterest, here's the deal. I upload pins to Pinterest, right? You can too. If you don't know how, use the Google machine. It will show you how. But really, you just click the plus sign and add a pin. You can do. I do this for my phone, literally all the time. That's really how I do the majority of it. This tells me right here. You guys on Facebook, I cannot. Once I'm in here, it's not going to let me share my screen because I didn't set it up that way. Well, okay, I'm just going to tell you. So on my Pinterest, my monthly views, I've had 38.1 thousand monthly views. 38,000 monthly views. 38,000. That's a lot of people. Okay. How many impressions? An impression is a number of times that my pins, the ones that I upload, were seen in the last 30 days. So in the last month, my pins that I've put on there, which is my Scentsy stuff, is 54.1 thousand. 54,000. That's a lot of people, right? Now, are all 54,000 of them buying from me? No, but they're starting to look at me, right? I know this because it's telling me they are. They're looking at my pins. It tells me right there. The number of times your pins were seen in the last 30 days. Those pins were seen 54,000, right? That's a lot of people. It's a lot. Then I had the other statistic it gives you is the number of times that your pins were saved in the last 30 days. So it tells me how many saves. 190. So it means 190 people in the last month saw that pin and saved it to one of their boards to either look at it later or what have you, right? Now, what does that really mean in the world of social media and marketing and in the circle of life? What that means is that 190 of those people who did that, they all have followers, right? That follow their Facebook or their Pinterest page. So all of their followers see what they're following. So boom, spread out that circle of life even bigger. And you now have an even bigger circle of life that people are seeing your stuff. And the way that Pinterest sets it up is, and that's the next stat that it shows, is link clicks. Because when you upload a pin to Pinterest, and a lot of my, I use videos, I use short videos, I use just pictures that I've taken, again, attraction marketing pictures of my house, right, of how I'm using the products. So 121 is the number of times that my pins were clicked on in the last 30 days. So in the last 30 days, 121 people clicked either my video or my picture. And where did it take them? Because you get to put in a destination website when you upload a pin. It took them to my Scentsy site. Yes, it did. Yes, it did. And so, and again, it does show on your phone. Yes, Tammy, that's a fantastic question. If you are mobile and you're looking at it just from mobile and not a computer or anything else, you can do the same thing. I can show you that from right here. So all I did was just click on my profile. And when I click on my profile, it shows my profile. But then if I scroll a little bit, there's all my analytics. There's everything of what I'm just talking about there that I'm seeing on the computer. So again, last 30 days, only I can see, so only you can see those statistics, right? For you, only I can see my own statistics. So not everybody can see those things, but it's just telling you that. You also have other options too. And I know that Brianna and I have talked a little bit about this last month or the month before about promoting pins on Pinterest. So you could do that too. You could totally use that as an idea, again, to generate more business. Every so often on Facebook, I will boost a post for like $10 or something. So that's $10 of marketing money that I want to commit. Every so often I'll do that. Do I do it a whole lot? No. But if it's a good post, if it's, I feel that it's something that people are going to really like or relate to, or it's cute or it's funny or whatever, it's a really great picture that I took, am I going to promote that? Yes. So at least once a month I do that. And that's just something that I've started doing in my business. But you could totally do the same thing with Pinterest. Okay. You can promote a post so it will show up in even more feeds. And then you could look at your analytics and be like, hey, did that work for me? Did I get more or less than last month? I don't know. Let's take a look. So there you go. So it's another great way to really use marketing and social media to your advantage. When we talk about tips for being an independent consultant, we really have to rely on our resources. So our main resources, again, numero uno, is that product trading guide. Even if you have the catalog and you read it front to back, all the things, you still are going to want this because it's going to give you great sales tips. Number two, you're really going to want to key into where you're spending your time and where's that audience coming from. And to be able to really narrow it down, you can do that. You can do that through Instagram by creating that clickable link in there. You can go into Pinterest. You can create those pins. You can get them in the eyes of more people, okay? So creating and building that circle of life, really building that out. Being able to really just be authentic, be yourself, always going to be the number one thing that I want you to really focus on. Be yourself and lean into your weirdness, whatever that is, right? Even if you're not weird, right? Lean into you. Lean into the you-ness, whatever that is that makes you you. Whatever it is that brings you passion, makes you smile, makes you excited. That's what you need to lean into. And then that's where you're going to find people who, again, are going to be more attracted to you, and they're going to want to follow you. And then they're going to start seeing all this Scentsy stuff and be like, hey, what's that? What's she talking about with Scentsy? Well, I love all of her craft projects that she talks about and does. She is an awesome crafter. So if she's telling me the Scentsy stuff is good, well, she obviously knows the Scentsy stuff is good, right? I totally trust her on that. Boom! Circle of life extended. So those are your tips on being able to really utilize social media to the greatest extent that you can. And that's what we really have to do. So I know that for a lot of us and a lot of you guys, Facebook has just been like the comfort zone. You know, we talk about the comfort zone, right? When we talk about training and all of this, we have to be able to step out of that comfort zone. We have to be able to try something new. We really do. In order to keep your business alive and fresh and in front of new people, you have to try something new. And so if that for you is venturing out into the world of Instagram a little bit more, start dipping your toe into the Instagram pool. If it's Pinterest, hey, I haven't really ever gotten into Pinterest, I really don't know what it's about. Pull up some YouTube tutorials. Trust me, there's a ton. You can look on YouTube. You can use the Google machine. I think I've got a couple videos somewhere here on Pinterest. But that's my point, right? Is you can learn, you can teach yourself. Everything's clickable. I honestly firmly believe that the best way to learn things is to just get in there and play with it. That includes your workstation. So if you're newer to Scentsy and you're getting into that workstation, you're like, how do I do this? Just start clicking on things. Click on things. Because the more hands-on that you're going to be is the more you're going to be able to learn. Trust me, it just really helps that way, to be able to just be hands-on and do it. Because you can give me a whole list of instructions on how to upload a pin to Pinterest, but if I get in there and actually do it for the first time, I got this, right? I don't need the list. I could do this. I just need to actually do it one time, and then it's gold. So yeah, we do need to not shy away. We do need to push ourselves out of the comfort zone of Facebook. Because like I said, I'm going to tell you guys, and this may be a really hard truth, is that people are moving more away from Facebook. It's just reality of the way that things are going. So pushing out and getting into some new waters is a good thing. In any part, thank you, Tammy. I appreciate that. Just pushing out those walls and barriers and moving beyond, right? Find different ways to get your name out there and find different ways to build your circle of life. That's what's really going to be your biggest tip. My last tip that I'm going to leave you with is to remind you that you can never pour from an empty cup. You can't pour from an empty cup. So you can't be the greatest leader, or you can't be the greatest consultant if you're not pouring into yourself. So take some time, at least once a week, to put into yourself, whether that's sitting down and watching a training video, whether that is going into the training center on the workstation and finding something new there, whether that is reading a book, right? There's some really great books out there on network marketing, on social media marketing, on just being a better version of you, right? The whole Rachel Hollis world and everything like that, right? So we've got books that we can look at too. There's movies. You can get on Netflix and watch the Brene Brown, right? Hello, she's amazing. I am going to try the MeWe. I'm totally trying the MeWe. Looking that up. Thank you, Miss Tammy. There's way better ways to really just bring yourself back to you, because you're going to be able to put more out. You're going to have more room for that passion for Scentsy, to share it, to be a better leader if you've got team members, or when you do have team members, if you're building that team, you're going to be able to put more and give more of yourself to others than if your cup isn't as empty or isn't as full. So when your cup is more full, you're able to give. And that's really what we're all about. And I really want you guys to get into the habit of knowing, because for years, because I've been with Scentsy since 2012. And back then, when people had like a new idea, or, oh, I tried this. I did this whole Facebook party thing. Like that was a new thing, right? Oh my gosh, I just did a Facebook party. And everybody was like, oh, how do you do it? And they're like, oh, I don't really know how I did it. Okay, we have to share. We have to share information, right? We have to share. There's enough room for all of us to shine. Thank you. Hero is doing really, really good. Thank you so much. He's doing good. We just took him in yesterday, had his fentanyl patch removed. He had a pain patch on from his surgery. And today he actually feels a lot better. I think that patch was just not working anymore and kind of done its business, and it is gone. So he is feeling a lot better. There's a little more pep in his step today. He did come into my office earlier and chew up one of my Scentsy bars. So that tells you right there, he's feeling better. The world of a bulldog. Okay, so he's feeling much better. Thank you so much. But yeah, so just, you have to be able to pour into yourself. You have to come back to yourself. You have to fill yourself up. to be able to give and share that information. Like I said, Tammy, and or was it Tammy? I don't remember, or Dawn, somebody. You were asking, you know, can I watch even though I'm not? Of course. That is the number one reason that I actually started my YouTube channel, was because I wanted to be able to share the things that I was doing and to help others who were looking for different ways, just like I was. Because I was not the home party girl or the event girl. And I was told, if you're not, well, too bad, so sad, you're not going to make it. And I knew I had to find a way for me. And that's how I was able to do it. So you guys, by all means, and especially here in the support group in my team page, by all means, jump in. Jump in when you've got those great ideas. And you guys are so good at that. You guys are so good at that. And I encourage you guys to jump in and share. Share that information, because together we are just a stronger force. And it's a wonderful one. Really is. All right, guys, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna go do some errands for the day and then come back and revisit my Scentsy business later in the evening. So thank you all for joining me. I hope that some of these things have helped you. Like I said, expanding that circle, giving you some tips on just getting out of the comfort zone. We talk about it a lot, but we have to really look at it when it comes to social media too, because everything's changing, right? It is. Thank you so much, Dawn. Thank you guys for tuning in on YouTube. I appreciate it so much. And thank you guys, of course. Love you all. And I will talk to you guys, I'm sure, soon at some point.